I'm starting off this video with a bit of an apology. I'm saying sorry to you guys, to my viewers, because I've got a watch here from Spinnaker that, gee, you can't buy it. You just can't buy it because it's sold out. And I'm gutted because this watch was meant to arrive to me a while ago so I can actually review it. It just got here. And this thing here is a limited edition. It's a skeletonized unit, and I thought when I saw it in their photos, I thought, look, send it out, I'll see what it's like. And I didn't think I was going to like it, and I can't believe how much I do like it. See, I'm not into skeletonized watches at all. Doesn't matter the brand, I just don't like them. That's me. And this thing here, the legibility, the functionality, the look, I'm looking at to me it looked like a Tudor Black Bay 58 when I first opened the box. From its size, 40mm, the black bezel, the red dot, the gilt hands and mark, everything just seems to have that vibe, and like a cheap Tudor Black Bay 58, and yet there's nothing cheap about this. It's really built well. It's been fantastic as I've been wearing it on the wrist. And like I said, guys, I just want to apologize to say that unfortunately this thing sold out on their website now. They do have 3 variants. They've got a bronze, a PVD black, and this one. Basically they're all limited to 1,000 pieces each. So regardless, I'm going to tell you what I think of this watch, why I think it's special. Let's run the intro and let's check this thing out. Spinnaker sent this watch out for us to review, guys. We don't have to send it back. It doesn't influence my review, but I tell you what, it's blown my socks off. I'm going to be straight honest with you guys. I wasn't expecting much from the literature, from what I saw. I thought, look, I like the 40mm variant, but skeletonized, nah, not really for me. This is cool. This is really, really cool. They've done it. They've actually done it well. They've really executed it well. So hats off to Spinnaker. Well done. But let's get straight onto its specs. Let's check out what we've got here. So case diameter wise, we have a 40mm case diameter. The case height I'm measuring at exactly 14mm. The lug to lug distance comes in at 46.7mm and a lug width of 20mm. Now the crown on this watch is a 6.3mm screw down crown, and the weight comes in at 140 grams, size to my 18cm wrist. So a really good package, a really nice petite 40mm watch, and on the wrist this thing wears fantastic. This has been an absolute sublime experience on the wrist. Look at that size. The 46.7mm lug to lug does not affect my wrist. As you can see, it sits beautifully. 40mm, beautiful presence. 14mm in height for a dive watch, no issues whatsoever. And that bracelet, the taper all the way down to its clasp, beautiful. So the comfort factor, the wearability, I really like what I'm seeing here. I really like it. So let's take it off the wrist. Now if we look at the bracelet on this watch, as you can see, the end links, they're female. They basically drop all the way down. It allows for a fantastic comfort taper, so it wears on even smaller size wrists, and that's one of the main factors why this thing is so comfortable on the bracelet. And as you can see, it's all brushed all the way down. You've got push pins, and you've got a milled swivel with a pressed clasp and a flip lock. You've also got twin triggers, so there's quite a bit of safety mechanism to not allow this actual thing to come off your wrist, which is great. But you also have a diver's extension, as you can see there. So it's fully loaded. The bracelet has been great. I haven't had an issue at all. The only sort of gripe, you've got 3 micro adjustments. 1 extra would have been really lovely on this, but that's about the only gripe that I can find at this price point. And the watch came in at $465 US. Spinnaker obviously gives me a discount code for all my viewers, so you can type in my discount code and get some dollars off and so forth, and that applies to all their watches. But it's just a wonderful piece, and I think they've really nailed it out of the, they've hit it out of the park with this particular unit. And if you look at that dial, it's basically got the movement, the NH70. It's a Seiko movement, and it's skeletonized, and there you go, you can see straight through this watch. So that's been great, but the color tonality of this I really like. I like what they've done with the bronzy sort of look, the gilt hands, the black bezel, absolutely lovely, absolutely sublime. And there has been zero legibility issues. As far as looking down to see the time quickly, it works. It just works. So let's get on to that bezel, guys. The bezel is a 120 click unidirectional. It's got an aluminium insert and it's basically loom. So each of these cutouts has got super luminova in it. So let's do the action first. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. I've not had an issue with a lot of the crofts that have come in. They've been fantastic. This is exactly the same. So there's no back play, nice and crisp, really good sound, and it lines up beautiful. There it is, spot on. So the bezel on this is exactly what I expect from Spinnaker watches. Very well made. Now the loom on the watch is C3 Super Luminova, and like I said, that bezel itself has also got Super Luminova in those cutouts, and no issues. As you can see, it's legible, it's clean, it's clear, very easy to navigate around that dial, especially with the fact that there is no date, so the symmetry is great, everything works. Everything just works really well. So now the crown is, like I said, it's a 6.3mm crown. It is a little bit on the smaller side for me, and that's one of the things that I complained with the previous Croft that I actually reviewed. I'd love to see a 7.5mm here, but that's just me. Let's unscrew it. Pops out. So first position, basically we can wind that movement, that NH70. Nice, easy. First click, it hacks the movement. So like I said, there's no date on this, so it's real simple, real clean, and we adjust the date, or sorry, we adjust the time and lock that in. Movement starts. The latch down experience, buttery smooth, really well machined, locks in. You've got 150 meters of water resistance. And I tell you what, guys, the NH70, I've had this on the time grapher, very surprising, very, very accurate, very stable. They either know that I'm a stickler when it comes to accuracy and they're sending me regulated movements, or I just happen to be lucky. This is a very nicely regulated movement. Looking at those indices, as you can see, everything's applied, the indices all the way around. Even that logo, the Spinnaker logo, is applied. So they've really gone all out in this watch. I think they've really gone the extra mile to do something a little bit more special in their Croft series, and that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. You know, it looks to me like they haven't cut any corners. Now, if we look at the crystal on this watch, it's a sapphire crystal. It features anti-reflective coating on the underside. As you can see, it's like a blue hue. And one of my gripes on the previous Croft that I reviewed was that anti-reflective coating. I didn't like blue. On this one here, it works. It's a really strange experience. And the reason I say that, if you look inside, just beyond the chapter ring there, there's like a blue outline all the way through. Very subtle blue, but the light picks it up, and I think that corresponds with the blue anti-reflective coating. It seems to play with each other quite nicely. It brings something to this watch. It's a very monotone sort of a earthen look with the black, the bronze, the gilt. It's very neutral, and that blue brings a bit of fun. It just brightens it up just enough to make it interesting, and I like it. I really like it. So I did say at the start of the video, this thing surprised me. It has surprised me because it's something a little bit special that I didn't expect it from Spinnaker at this price point. But if we turn the actual watch over, as you can see, you've got a display case back showing that movement, the NH70. The crystal on this doesn't seem to be a sapphire. I believe it's a mineral because I've tested it, and it's not a sapphire, whereas the front one is. Regardless, I don't think you'll be scratching that back crystal anytime soon. There's not much to not like about a watch like this, guys. I'm being straight out. There is really not much to not like. I like their previous Croft versions. I like this. I didn't think I was going to like this, but I actually do like the dial. I think they've done something special for an LE, a limited edition. If I have to be nitpicky, I'm going to pick on that crown again, guys. That's me. You know, I really love a bigger crown. This one is a little bit small to my fingers, 6.3. It's really, look, it's one of those things. I enjoy a 7.5mm crown on watches like this, tool specific divers. I like to be able to grab it with more ease. Everything else functions great on this watch. Possibly, like I said, an extra micro adjustment. And look, at this price point, you really can't go wrong. I don't think, for those who purchased this watch already, well done, seriously well done. I think you guys have got yourselves a fantastic unit. Really well executed by Spinnaker. There's not much more to say, guys, but again, I want to apologize that it's really out of my hands. I didn't get this watch in time. It would have been great for my viewers to see this. Potentially a few of you guys could have grabbed one as well. So, but let me know your thoughts in the comments, what you think about this watch. For me, I'm really enjoying what I'm seeing here. The finish, the quality, the brushing, really, they've outdone themselves. They really have. For this price, they've done a top job. So thank you again, guys. Hope you enjoyed that. We'll see you all in the next video.